When you report your phishing and your spam emails to providers, they always come back and say, please provide the email headers. And they don't mean take a copy of the 2-line at the top of the email and send that through to them. They actually want the technical details. This episode hopefully demystifies that for you and shows you easy ways to get those headers so that you can send them through. Stay tuned. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. I don't know what episode number it is. I've recorded a few recently, but it is Walkthrough Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about how we can find our email headers. But before I get into the practical side of it and show you how you find your email headers, I'm going to talk about what they are and why you want to find them and why you want to use them. The practical example, it's a personal example. I had an email hit my inbox the other day that said from Charly Leetham. And of course, because it's in my inbox, it doesn't actually show me the email address associated with it. It just says it came from Charly Leetham. And I'm like, what? Who am I asking to send money? It says, please pay your bill. And I'm like, I don't remember sending that. Now, often, you'll send out something and you see yourself on it so that, it's gone out, especially your accounting systems will do it. And I thought, that's just a really weird thing for me to do. So I jumped onto the email, had a look. It wasn't from me. It was from some other organization. It was clearly a phishing email, and it wasn't a good one at that. Later, I can talk about why those things work later. And I'm like, I really need to action this. And the reason I need to action it is that if I'm receiving it, who else is receiving stuff purportedly from me? And how many of you had it where someone's messaged you and said, why did you send me this email? So I didn't send you that email. And it's just someone's put your name in the from, like it's from blah, 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 with another email address. That's really easy to do. If you go through any of the episodes that I've done on this, I say that regularly. It's really easy to put any name as the from name on an email when you're sending it out. It's not so easy these days to spoof, to pretend you're coming from the right email address. So often it'll have your name, but someone else's email address or another email address entirely. And that's what had happened in this case. Now, what I wanted to do at that point was, first of all, find out which service was being used to send the email, because if it was one of the big ones, and I'll come into the big ones in a minute, was one of the big ones, I needed to report it to them to say someone is using your network to spoof fake emails, to spoof phishing emails, to send out scam and spam emails. And the second thing that I wanted to do is make sure I'm managing my reputation, because I don't want you guys, people who are my customers and people who are on my list, or even anyone, to get an email from me, or looks like it comes from me saying, pay your bill, because that's not normally what I say. I'm normally a little bit more diplomatic and nicer about it. Anyway, so I had to get into that email to find out all of that information, and then I had to report it. And the way I had to find that information out was to find the email headers and then put it through an analyzer to find out who the provider was. Then I could go and lodge the report with them. So today, this is a really long way around saying today, I want to show you how you find the email headers, what they look like, why they're different to what, the 2-line at the top where you think they're the headers because they're at the top of the email, and how you might use them, and different tools that you can use to find them. I'm going to look at Zoho, I'm going to look at Google, and I'm going to look at Outlook. The Google and the Outlook ones are my personal, just Gmail and Outlook.com accounts, but they're the same as whether you're on a workspace account or whether you're on a M365 account as well. I'm just going to use those as examples, how you find your headers, and then I'm going to show you a couple of tools that you can use to analyze those headers to pull the information out that you might need. Alrighty, so without further ado, I've spoken a heap now. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get into it. Okay, so I vacillated whether I wanted to start with email or whether I wanted to start with the tools, but I thought I'd start with the emails and just work through how you do this information. This is just my Zoho Mail account, or one of my Zoho Mail accounts. This is just stuff I get in. You get an idea of what's in there. That some of it's going to be blocked out, some of it you'll be able to see, but the one that I want to look at is this creators.gumroad.com. It's not a spam message, it's one that I've asked to get, so it's good, but it also gives me a really good example of what you're looking for in these emails. To find your email headers, you do need to go into your mail program. So in this case, we're going to Zoho Mail. Click on the email to open up the read panel. And then in Zoho Mail, on the right-hand side, on the to line, you've got your 3-dot menu. Now remember, in all my previous episodes, I talk about if there's 3 dots, it normally means there's something more under it. It's a little menu, click on it. And in this case, we want to go to Save Original, okay? Or Show Original, not Save Original, Show Original. It's not intuitive. I know it's not intuitive. Just remember, a lot of this stuff is written by techs, and I don't think they actually think about how the general public think about these things, but it's Show Original. Now, when we do a Show Original in Zoho Mail, it just gives us, to start with, I'm just going to scroll down here, the headers. Now, this is, when we're talking about headers, this is the stuff we're talking about with the headers. It gives us a whole heap of things. It tells us our message ID, the date, who it was from, who it was to, the subject line, the authentication results. Now, this is pretty new, but you can see that it's come through. It says it's a DKM pass and an SPF pass, and it's got all the mail information. So I know that this is actually an authenticated email. It's being sent legitimately from the provider's account. Now, if I don't come back to answer this, to cover this at the end of this episode, feel free to drop a question and say, Charlie, you said remind me. Feel free to drop a question about that one, because I do need to cover, it looks like it's coming from an authenticated email account, okay? Now, if this received, it says from A9, and now just from here, I can tell you that the mail platform it was using here was the Amazon SES bulk mailing or mail infrastructure. So if I wanted to find out who I needed to lodge an abuse report with or a spam report with, that's what I would be using. But you don't need to be able to do that. I'm going to show you how you can find out how to get that information. The other information that is in here, all of this stuff, is the stuff that you're going to have to send through to them when you lodge the report, because they're going to ask for the headers, and when they ask for the headers, this screen here is what they're looking for. So how do we get those headers? Zoho Mail makes it very easy. You can just do a copy to clipboard, or you can do a download full content. Now, download full content, I'll just click on that. It will save it as a EML file, okay, an email file. I don't need that. I don't think you need it. What we do want is this copy to clipboard. So I'm just going to copy the headers to the clipboard. This is the headers. I'm going to copy it to clipboard. So once you've got the headers copied to your clipboard, the question is, how do you get all that information out and find out who you need to report the abuse to? There's 2 toolkits that I'm going to show you. One is the Zoho toolkit, and that's just zohomail.tools. That is available to the general public, and you can use that. You can use this yourself. Just put in zohomail.tools. And then when you come in, you've got all of this information available to you. You can click on Analyzers, and you'll see under Analyzers on the left-hand side, you've got Email Header Analyzer. And you can just paste in that text that you just copied and click Analyze. And here it tells you, who it was from, where it was from. And here again, it tells you that it's from the Amazon SES. Gives you hop details, not that you need to worry about that, and other details. It tells you all of the information that comes through. So you can analyze your headers that way. Now, you'll notice that it says that it's from Amazon SES here. This is the key that you need. If you're not sure at this point, well, okay, now I've got an email from Amazon SES. How do I report an abuse, or how do I report this as abuse? Yes, of course, I can just hit the spam button in my inbox and it will do something. But if I want to take this a little bit further, i.e., they're using my name in the to line and I want them to stop, how do I do that? Well, how would I do that? I'd probably go to ChatGPT, to be honest. I always say be succinct on this one because it likes to talk, it likes to show off, it likes to show us how smart it is and just keep talking, and I don't want it to be talking. Amazon SES email platform. How do I report phishing? Let's just say phishing emails. Not AWS, Amazon, but Amazon SES or email. Now, I have to say that because I know the last time I did it, it told me to go to AWS and report it at AWS. Okay, so when you do that, it gives you this information. Now, I could just paste this information into the show notes, and I might do that. But it's good that you know how to look it up. So when I put that in, it tells us a couple of things. And even though I told it to be succinct, it still spoke up a bit, right? You send the email, email-abuse@amazon.com, okay? You need to, at this point, what I would do at this point is I'd go back to my email. I would click the forward button. I'd put the address, email abuse at Amazon SES, and then in the body, after saying what I needed to say, I would paste the headers. Okay, you do need to paste those headers in. It's really important that you do. All right, I'm not going to send it because I don't want to report the email. It's not their fault. This is just something. Okay, so that's where you find the email abuse. Now, if you don't want to use that Zoho tools, and I understand that not everyone wants to use a branded system, MXToolbox also is a really good toolkit. So we'll go to MXToolbox and we'll go to Analyze Headers. So on the top, just mxtoolbox.com, on the top menu, all the way across on the right-hand side, or the menu second down in the black bar, that's what I'm trying to say. Click on Analyze Headers. And again, just paste your headers in there and click Analyze. Now, this is really cool. This gives us a little bit more information. I can cover this off. I do cover this in a couple of episodes, but this one's past DKIM. It hasn't passed SPF. It doesn't have to pass both. It just has to pass one or the other or both. It doesn't have to pass both together. It's not an and, it's an or. And we come down and it gives us a whole set of information. Again, it tells us where it came from, which was the originating platform. Don't mean to stutter, sorry. Tells us all about the DMARC and the SPF alignment. For me and for there, I don't know why it's giving me mine. It just tells us everything clearly. And it gives you a whole heap of information, okay? So again, this is just another nice way of finding out who the originating network is, and you won't really want this one here. In this case, it's this one here, and it says it's our Amazon SES. You can then go and ask one of the AIs, or you can go and look up their services and say, how do I report email abuse to you? So that's how you get your email headers in Zoho Mail. And that's how you analyze the email headers. I'm not going to go back and reanalyze every set of email headers I get. What I want to do now is show you how to use Gmail and Outlook to get those email headers, because it's important that you get these headers to send them through if you need to report abuse. Okay. So under Gmail, my Gmail account, you can see here, it's just, I keep it fairly clean so I can do these types of demos. I thought this one was an interesting one. This one is clearly, this is a spam. I don't know where they got my email address from, but it's clearly spam. Yeah, I don't know where they got it from. So I'm just going to use this one. And in Gmail, again, you come across to the 3 dots on the right-hand side of the email. Make sure you've got the email open. 3 dots on the right-hand side of the email. Click on that, and you come down to Show Original. In Gmail, it's Show Original. Click on that. It'll open a new window. Again, we get all the details that we need. Just going to scroll through it. You don't have to be able to decipher this stuff, okay? This isn't for us to decipher. What we do want to try and find out, though, is who the provider is, where their email is originating from. So I guess in this case, I am going to go and paste their headers in there. So I'm going to click copy to clipboard. That copies the headers to my clipboard file. I'm going to go to use Zoho Toolbox, select everything, paste it in, and click Analyze. Aha. And you'll see here it says it comes from MailJet. So they're using MailJet to send out this information. So if I really wanted to go back and create problems or report this person for sending malicious emails, spam, well, spam not so much. I mean, whatever, they spam me, I just hit the spam button, they get penalized that way. But if I wanted to get them for phishing emails, if they're using the platform to send out phishing emails, I would use MailJet. Now I could use ChatGPT to tell me who to send the abuse emails to, or I could just go to mailjet.com and find out who to send the emails through to and say, guys, you've got to fix this up. This provider is doing the wrong thing. But this one comes from MailJet. Isn't that easy? Okay, so that's, I'm just going to close some things down here. That's Gmail. The next one we're going to look at is Outlook. And this is just a scratch Outlook account I use. I use it to actually test to make sure that my emails, when I send them out to all the platforms, look right. So this one here, I've got test. We've got a new look. It's from 2022. This is how long I keep my accounts for. Let's see where this one came from. So we click on the email and we open it. It's a very old newsletter format that I was playing with. I wanted to make sure that it laid out okay. With Outlook, it's a little different. Again, though, you've still got your 3 dots on the right-hand side, the More Actions option. Click on the 3 dots, come down. In this case, we want to come to View. We want to come to the View message. I know it's not quite as intuitive as the others. Click on View. We don't want to open it in a new window. We want to look at the message source. Okay, so 3 dots on the right hand side, come down to View. You can see it tripped me up for a moment there, and click on View message source. And these guys don't offer a nice copy to clipboard. So what you have to do once you get your message source up, use your mouse, use your cursors, and just highlight the whole thing. Okay, make sure it's all highlighted. Copy it, and now I'm going to go back to my email, my Zoho Mail header test, header checks, email header analyzer. Paste it in and click Analyze again. And I can tell here it comes from zcsend.net, au.zcsend, which comes from Zoho campaigns, basically. I know that because this is what I do. If you were uncertain, you could literally just paste that into something like ChatGPT or Claude or something and say, who does this come from and how do I report email abuse? Now, guys, I'm not saying go and report email abuse every time you get something that you don't want. I am saying, though, that you have options, and when they say to you, I need the email headers, this is what they need. Okay, so this one is multi-step, and the reason I wanted to do it is because I wanted you to know that you have options available to you, that you can get this information out. You don't have to be able to read it. You just need to be able to use it to your advantage so that you can report these things through. The use cases for these would be where you are getting phishing emails through providers, and it looks like they're using a provider platform to send through phishing emails. The providers need to know this because they can start to close it down. They may even work with third party and law enforcement to actually stop some of these organizations going through, but they need our help to do it. They need our information. Now, sometimes they're just going to be funny about it and say, oh, thanks very much for your report. and then ignore it, that's okay. Sometimes they just need that body of evidence to build up to be able to do something about it. So if you're getting phishing emails, if you're getting malicious emails that look like they're trying to scam you, they're trying to do things and it looks like it's using a legitimate platform, report them through. But to report them through, you need to have those email headers. And when they ask you for the email headers, they're not asking you to take a screenshot or just forward an email through to them and they can get the headers from it. They can't get the headers from it at that point. The headers get replaced on the forward. You need to get it from your original email. Use that process that I just showed you, paste it into the email that you forward so that they can then use that information to track this information down. Okay, there was several things there that you needed that I went through. I hope I didn't make it too confusing. I've shown you Zoho Mail, how to get your email headers. I've shown you Outlook, how to get your email headers, and I've shown you Gmail, how to get your Outlook, your email headers. Also showing you 2 analyzing tools that you can use to try and get the base information out, like which which mail platform was used to send the emails. And I gave you a hint on how you might be able to use one of the AI engines to find how you report the email to the platform itself. Sorry, I don't mean to stutter. There's a lot there. Alrighty, guys. I think that was it. If I forgot anything, leave comments and nudge me and ask me, and I'll come back and address them. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or experience with this, please let me know. Again, leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If this episode was useful to you, please give it a like and maybe share it with someone who needs to know how to do this. It's really important that we play our part in keeping the email infrastructure ecosystem clean. Apart from that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And last but not least, I am a tech wrangler. I'm here to help you guys manage your tech better, or manage your tech in general, but better is the best answer there. If you need help, I offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session. It's 1 per person, 1 per customer. You can go to askcharlyleetham.com, click the bright pink button in the top right-hand corner and book your session with me. I will give you as much value as I can in that 30 minutes so that we can fix something for you, we can address something, we can put some strategies in place, even just get the ball rolling. If you've already used your breakthrough session and you still want to work with me, thank you so much. Please get in touch. Just go to the website and head to the contact page or message me on any of the social media platforms. We will work out the best way we can work together that is mutually beneficial for both of us. Apart from that, that's it until Friday, guys, and I will see you for Firewall Friday. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.